giving you a slice of. I know some. Let's go ahead and rewind that. Okay,
Lord
giving
have
you a
mercy.
slice of unapologetic conversation. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Straight to Tape. Oh my
Oh, that's
God,
funny.
2023 is starting off with our little favorite thing. You know those hamsters messing up again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man C Perry the second, and I'm
Oh,
so
that's
so
not
so
gonna
happy
work.
to be back here on Straight to Tape. As always, we have the crew here. First, the comedian, professional joke slinger, Tico the Gallo. What's good, Tico?
I don't know, man. Just I don't know,
I
bro.
don't
I
either,
feel
bro.
I, I feel like I feel like Groundhog Day. The intro just Max
Yeah, I
Headroom,
know.
Headroom, Headroom,
Yeah,
Headroom,
yeah,
Headroom,
I know.
Headroom, Headroom,
I
Headroom,
get it.
Headroom, Headroom,
Yeah, I
Headroom.
got to figure
But
out what was
anyway,
going on.
but
Yeah.
you know how it though. It's still 2023. I'm still living it. Y'all still watching me, so I love it. So hey, let's get this thing crack a lacking.
Exactly, exactly.
And Prince got hairy
And
feet.
shut up, Tico.
How the fuck
Like
do
a
you know
monkey.
that?
Yeah, I mean, really, man, really. How? How?
You ain't seen him. He had open toe sandals on one time.
Open-toed
Uh,
sandals.
ladies and gentlemen, the first lady of S2T, the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y. What's good, Key?
What's good, y'all? It's Keisha with a Y, aka Hip Hop Mom, aka I'm mobile again today, y'all, because I killed my laptop on Sunday. So please forgive me for any audio interferences. And your mom's favorite mom.
Yes, 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 yes.
Computer murderer.
Mm-hmm. Murdered that thing.
How did you murder your computer this time?
I dropped it.
Just that simple, simple drop.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah, yeah,
much.
yeah.
Pretty much. I think I'm gonna get like a OtterBox for my laptop because I need one. So laptop is this thin with an OtterBox is gonna be like
I
this,
think.
but it won't break though if I drop it.
Sure won't.
Man, true,
Shit.
true, true.
I got an auto
And
box on everything.
ill. Anyway, um, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, our social media assassin. You know who he is, ladies and gentlemen. It is Rob D. Actuel. Rob the Actual. What's up, Rob?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, man. Already 2023 is starting off. Interesting. Um, I'm almost ashamed to admit
Oh hell.
to you guys what my drink of choice is this evening.
Okay,
you
from the
you over there
color,
drinking some mojitos?
I can't tell from the color. Okay, it looked brown, but it looked real lightish brown. Saw some cubes in it, so I'm not sure. What
The hen
I'm
rock.
almost afraid to ask.
Tico, it was a gift from my brother-in-law,
Oh
Robert,
hell, Rob,
Robert.
really?
I
and
let
and
me
and
y'all. I'm
listen,
mobile
listen,
right now. I'm about to get in my car. Y'all gonna hear my keys jingling and my
listen.
car revving up, and I'm about to burn it down the street to Durham
My
and pop
man,
Rob.
my man Jimmy is already on here. You know what I'm saying? So, what's up, Jay Burke? You know what I mean? Please don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody, bro. Don't tell Raj. I'm in here sipping on Hennessy White, bro. It was the only thing I had in my. I didn't make it to. Listen, I was in an 8 hour meeting today. Okay, I was tired after work. I didn't make it to, what I'm saying, the store. You know what I mean? And I had this thing that my brother-in-law gave me. You know what I'm saying? In Philly like 3 years ago, and it was the only thing in the cabinet. Just leave me alone, damn it. Shit.
You know who says stuff like that, Rob? Hennessy drinkers.
But I have a grievance to air. I do have a drink grievance to air.
Uh-oh, what's the
If I
drink
could get
grievance?
like 2 small minutes.
Ah, take
So
your time, baby. Go ahead.
went to a party Saturday, Tico and I. It was a plum crazy reunion party, packed out. I saw people that I hadn't seen since we went
Plum
to Plum
Crazies.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yes. So it's cool at the beginning. They had great heaters outside, better heaters in London Bridge. But outside chilling, drinking. They're selling cigars. Some people out there smoking cigars. They got little couches and a couple of a couple of heaters, couple of heating tables out there chilling. Then it starts to get packed. Now, mind you, we're old. Anybody that went to Plum Crazy is considered old now, but the party didn't start till 10 o'clock. So me and Tico pull in the parking lot like 10:30. Like, God, dog. I mean, it was packed already when we walked in at like 10:40. But then here comes the second wave of people. And so it starts getting dicey as far as who's ticketed and who's not or whatever. So they made everybody go inside. But so Tico and I get there, go to the bar, order a drink. I order a double Knob Creek because they got this pretty bar and it's got the bottles up there. You've seen them kind before. It's got the bottles
Mm-hmm.
up there. I was like, I want that Knob Creek. And the waitress or bartender actually asked me, do you want regular or do you want rye? Regular. Thanks. So I'm like, hey, doing my normal party thing. Hey you. My cousin walk in the door. Cousin, what's up? Hey you. I turn around and just so happened to catch her pouring my drink, and she's pouring it out of a bullet bottle. Okay, I don't mind bullet. I ordered Knob Creek. Nigga, I get that drink. It tastes like Hennessy E&J that had penny soaked in it.
Ew. 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 Ew.
So there's people out here thinking that 40, 50 something year old people just want to. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it for a younger crowd, right? Most
Mm-hmm.
younger kids are just drinking to get drunk. They don't know whether they can drink or can't drink. We just drink anything at that point. Everclear, whatever, it doesn't matter. Back then, you could tell me I order vodka, and you could tell you pour me Everclear, and I probably wouldn't have known the difference. But at almost 50 and 50 plus years old, the crowd, we know what the fuck we ordered. I
Mm-hmm.
know this is not. So Tico got me another one, and it was the same. They are selling, doing the old switcheroo, wool over
Mm-hmm.
your eye, or attempted to. And then the bar was so busy, I couldn't even get up there to complain without like grabbing a microphone and turning the shit out. So
Mm.
I probably
Wow.
won't be going back to that place.
Yeah, she got you, yo.
Yeah, you
Well,
got.
since y'all over here talking about liquor and stuff, so dipping in my cabinet, I have nothing left in my cabinet also but some Ciroc, which I refuse to drink. But I do have some of this De Leon.
Oh, you did it right.
Oh my
Hot damn.
goodness.
Go, boy. Go,
Nah,
Tico.
because let me tell you something. This De Leon tastes like Dylon. That's what it is.
Dylan,
That's Dylon.
Dylan,
That's
Dylan.
Dylon. I'm telling you. So excuse what I say today and how I act
You
this
still
evening.
got that bottle of Everclear over there, though.
Show do.
Actually, no. I'm glad you went ahead and put in your built-in excuse for the rest of the show. That was nice. That was sly. I like the way you did that. Okay.
No, you
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
welcome. You
yeah.
quite
I like the
welcome.
way you did that. But look, ladies and gentlemen, starting off the 2023 season. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we have the multimedia collective. Shaolin Jazz is in the building with us this evening. So
Boom,
we're
boom, boom, boom,
so
boom.
we're definitely we're definitely going to enjoy kicking it with them, so to speak. But look, ladies and gentlemen,
I
remember
don't know
you can catch straight.
what you got going on. Play
Stop
the
it.
trumpet.
Look, look, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch straight to tape here Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, on Facebook Live, and on Twitch. The audio version of Straight to Tape, which is powered by Acast, you can catch on all of your favorite podcasting platforms, whether it be Apple Podcasts, whether it be iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. Guess what? Straight to Tape is there. Okay.
All of them.
Make sure you're following us on our social media platforms. That
Oh,
being
hell.
IG,
Here we
Incoming.
go.
Twitter,
Incoming.
and Twitch. And Facebook, Straight to Tape, and of course S2T Media. the our YouTube channel. Make sure you're going over there, following us, hitting that like and all of that. All right, to so you can be in
Can't do
tune
nothing with it.
with your favorite podcast. What?
Perry, delete that spam comment from Twitch, please.
Oh God.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, hey.
Mm.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, you
What
know,
up, Latarsha?
yep, you know how we like to start our show. Okay, we definitely want to start, talk about you know, some of the some of the news, events, craziness that's happened over the past week, and probably over the past couple of weeks since this is the first show of the year, in a section of the show that we like to call the headline grab. Headline grab, headline grab, headline grab. So,
Speaking of grabs,
yeah.
that was your segue, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, got it. Look, we just coming off of MLK, okay? The celebration of the MLK holiday. And in Boston, they debuted this new MLK statue. It's entitled The Embrace, and it looks like it was met by some criticism and some mockery, especially
Mockery.
online. Okay, so before we go into any details, what does that look like to you? I mean, I'm just asking, because
That looked like the
because
penis.
our
That looked like the penis of freedom.
Well, listen, before you old sick ass people on the internet said anything about what it actually looked like, I saw a news article like a day or so before it opened onto the Today Show, and so they had they showed the art, and the creator, they interviewed him, and they asked him what his inspiration was. So if anybody doesn't know the backstory, Coretta and Martin met in Boston in school.
Mhm.
So he was trying to preserve their love that was created in the moment that they met in Boston, and kind of spread that into the fuel that fueled the civil rights movement. So dude asked him, well, what was your inspiration? And this man says, not everybody has arms, but everybody wants an embrace. So I wanted to focus on the embrace.
and
And
that's
at that point, I knew.
yeah, and that was from the artist Hank Thomas Willis, and I know it was based. I know it was partially based off of this photo.
It sort of looks like a heart, sort of, but it looks like somebody, you know what I'm saying, dig it down in some, you know what I'm saying. Mm, mm.
But I'm not an artist, so I don't know how one would create a 3D something like this. I would think that from movies that I've seen, and movies aren't always real, you know, but I would think that they would create like a miniature sculpture, and then, look at it and see. And maybe the artist was just so immersed in the idea, presenting the idea via this sculpture, that he really didn't see what it could have been interpreted as. Now, don't get me wrong, any art can be interpreted as something other than what the artist intends. Some artists create art for it to be interpreted, but this is just way too easy, yo.
No, well, I was talking to Dre about it, and like he says, it is a smaller version. So on a small scale version, it probably looked cute. But
Mm-hmm.
when you got that thing massive, you know what I'm saying? I have a 73-inch television, and watching porn on like on your phone is nice. But when you watching on a 73-inch television, there's just some things you just don't need to see that huge like that. And so, yeah, mm, I just, I don't know.
Here we are, folks, in
Yeah.
2023. Here we are. We
So
back
many
again.
angles, so many angles, so many angles, so many thoughts.
I mean, look, I mean, art is very subjective.
Right.
Okay, it's very subjective. Art is definitely in the eye of the beholder. Okay, and when
And
I
my
looked
eyes
at it,
see a big ass dick on the side. That's what my eyes see a
I
big
don't
dick,
I
and
don't
on
see
the other
that. I
side,
I don't
see
see that. I don't
you
see
I
don't see
that.
it. Go back to that picture. Go
no
back
no
to that
no.
picture.
I
Go back
see
to
a
that picture.
woman straddling a never mind.
I see that too.
I'm
But
ashamed.
that's another angle. That's another angle.
I'm
That's
ashamed.
another angle. Eating, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ashamed.
Is this where we really? Real?
But look, see,
I'm
Really?
ashamed.
Really?
I'm ashamed.
That's where we're going with
I'm
this.
ashamed.
Okay. I I,
I
I
I'm
mean,
mean,
ashamed.
again, it's in the eye of the beholder. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, I
And
mean,
they be holding.
and it seemed like her Coretta is holding a big ass dick. That's what it
Hey,
seemed
you
like
don't talk
she's
about
doing.
Credit Scott King like that.
I said it looked like she is.
So my my first I
you
don't
know.
Your
even know
first
which way to go
bronze
with it.
penis? Was that
I'm
what
gonna
you were
bring it
talking
back
about?
around. I'm gonna bring it back around and
Please, please
clean this up a
please,
little
please.
bit.
I want to
So
see. I want to see how you're gonna clean this up. But go ahead. Go ahead.
in comments in the about this on the
Mhm.
internet,
Mhm.
a lot of people, and they may have been blacks from Boston, were like, "How much did this shit cost?" It cost $10 million.
oh wow,
Mhm.
wowzers.
And so people not mentioning the fact that how it looks was like, well, why can't that be donated to organizations that are trying to get us down the road to where MLK wanted us to be? You know, the Pokemon comments or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
coupled with the comments about what it can be interpreted at. What's your first impulse? You know, when you see it, what do you first see? It was just too much. I had to turn it off. I couldn't look at it anymore. I
Look
can't look at it anymore because I'm ashamed.
now, the only I can't say because I haven't seen all statues of Martin Luther King Jr. I know that we have one that looks like his cousin. Um, so I don't,
The one
I, I just know that I know that the one in DC, the big joint, that looks like him.
yeah.
Um, I don't know if anybody, I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen any other, what I'm saying, scorches. And we had that same issue, well, not the same type of issue, but the same issue of, you know, that's not looking like him and that and the other. So, and we paid a lot of loot for that. So,
What, our statue?
yeah,
Oh, that's a nice little memorial park though. And
yeah. So,
and maybe this guy just doesn't do faces well. You know how, like, you remember back in elementary school when you had art class or whatever, and like, you knew at the time that you just couldn't draw noses, or you couldn't draw ears, or you couldn't draw faces. Maybe he's just not good at drawing faces,
Look.
so he just did the arms. The arms look
Con-
amazing though. Like the appendage,
conceptual
they look amazing.
conceptual artist. This was his concept. This is what was signed off on. This is what I say, just to put just to put a bow in this. Shut up, Tico. Just to put a bow in this. Um,
Bow, bow, bow.
you know, let's just see what the response is going to be 6 months from now, 8 months from
It's not.
now,
It ain't gonna be no
a year from
response.
now.
It's not gonna
Exactly.
be no response. It's
Exactly.
gone. It's
E-
done. They
exactly.
reveal the statue. MLK Day is over, and we go on to like another thing.
Exactly.
That's it. Statue's there. They paid $10 million for it.
yeah.
Dude is probably in Zanzibar somewhere, fucking chilling, reading the comments on the internet, laughing like shit. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, actually saw him this morning on CNN with Don Lemon. Talking of talking about the concert.
Did he say the
And
people? Did he say the thing about people don't? Everybody don't have arms. That really just like took me away.
no, he
Like
didn't say that.
he didn't say that on CNN.
No, he
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 said
said
he
it
said
on
said
the
he
new
said he
Today
wasn't gonna
Show.
change it. He said he wasn't gonna change it. He said
You
by
can't
who,
change it.
and
How
I'm
can you
saying,
change it?
that's what he asked him. He said, "Are you gonna add on to it or try to
yeah.
do whatever?" He was like, "No, this is what it is." They signed off on it. Like 1,000 people signed off on it. You
Because
know,
people don't have
so
arms. Everybody doesn't have arms, but
And
everybody
look,
wants an embrace.
and
mm,
nor should he. But you know something? Let's move on to another deep topic.
I'm coming up.
Don't stop, let me see you do the power.
yeah.
Okay. Um, Tennessee cops fired over wild sex escapade. So, uh, yeah. This small town, this small town Tennessee police force is being rocked by this sex scandal. Shut up, Tigo. Okay. So the officer on
Terry
the
did it.
right,
You did
that's
that shit on purpose.
Officer Megan Hall. All right. And her fellow officers engaged in numerous wild sescapades that included sending dirty pictures, her flashing herself at a hot tub party, having oral sex with two officers at the police station,
In the police
amongst
gym. In the
yeah,
gym.
and in the gym,
They got a gym.
amongst other things. Uh,
Okay, so here's my thing on this. Okay. We're just gonna leave it. Being I won't even say that. Anyway, this lady and her husband are obviously swingers. The lifestyle exists. A lot of people don't know or they don't understand how the lifestyle exists, but it exists. Now, where you cross the line is motherfuckers that you work with.
Yep.
Everybody knows don't shit where you eat. That was a dummy move. And on the again with the internet comments, most of the reaction was, "Oh, they fired the black people, or they fired the black people." No, 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 no. I read an article that I thought was going to be like an average length article, and it just kept going on and on.
on
I'm
and
just
on. Yep.
scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Shouts out to the New York Post.
Yeah, they
Shouts out to
got
the New York
all
Post. Yeah.
the New York Post article has all the detail that you will ever need to know or want to know actually about this particular situation. So I mean, but it's quite apparent her husband's sticking by her for now.
Mhm.
We'll see. But
Sticking by
it's
I'm gonna
it's
stick by
apparent
her. I'm gonna
He
I'm
stick
ain't
gonna
by
stick
her.
sticking.
by her.
He ain't sticking
Um
nothing.
well
He
he
he ain't
can
got to shit.
and
He
they
ain't got.
said something about cuckolding in the fucking
Yep.
New York Times
Yeah, they
article. Like
did.
Yep.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
you
Yeah, they did.
know,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. I
you
told you. I
they're
told
swingers,
y'all.
right?
I
You
told you
know
he
they're
was the one
swingers.
holding the camera. I told you he was the one holding the camera. I told you. He the one holding the
But
camera.
like, no, it wasn't black versus white that got fired. It was
Mm-mm.
people that performed egregious acts and or lied in the original investigation because this
Mm-hmm.
investigation has been going on for a while.
Yeah,
So some of the motherfuckers lied and then came back and was like, nah, well, this
yeah.
is what I know, or this is what I saw, or this is what I did. Those liars were fired. Why? Because they're police officers and probably should err on the side of honesty.
And it was on the clock. Okay,
On the clock. You
it
ain't
was
gonna
on the
Right.
fucking
clock.
waste
And
my
for on the
dollars. You ain't
clock
gonna waste my
activity,
dollars, yo.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna waste
right.
my
yeah.
dollars, yo. You just
I
ain't
mean,
gonna do that,
look.
son.
Whatever happened at
RIP
that pool
Gangsta Boo, where them
party,
dollars at?
yeah. Whatever happened at that party is what happened at that party. That party was off the clock. But I
Yeah.
mean, the stuff that happened on the clock, that's when you really get a, this is like really
These are
egregious.
that their
Yeah,
tax dollars at
yeah,
work, yo.
yeah.
And
And
some of
it's
mine, because I'm sure they get federal funding.
yeah,
So
and
some of my tax dollars at work too.
and the sad part about it is, when I first heard about this and I was reading that long, really long, article in the New York Post, I was like, you know something? Why do I feel like I've seen this movie before?
Oh hell. Oh
Dirty
hell.
Debutantes 3? Or was that
And,
Oh.
and, and, and,
Oh.
and, and
Oh.
why do I feel
Why did I
like
choose
why
this
do I feel
story?
like another version of this? Will probably be out there again in about I say
Well,
about a month,
Oh,
if
well,
that.
man,
that
they
might
are.
have something
If
to do with
that,
why her
If
husband is
that.
sticking with her.
Yeah. You got
That
some
might
money
have
coming
something
in.
to do. Yeah, they
Let me
got some
tell you.
money coming in.
my first thought was first of all,
Oh
I
God,
ain't trying to be
Rob.
funny, but this
Oh
young lady
Jesus.
is not attractive. First of all, but she apparently
Eye of
has
the
the
beholder.
ability.
Eye of the beholder.
She apparently has the ability to suck a bowling ball through a garden hose, which apparently has gotten the rapt attention of her coworkers. So I mean, again, the bottom line, it just boils down to what Key said earlier. You do not shit where you eat. That's really what's going on here. You know
She
what I
did that
mean?
too.
Two girls in a cup. I don't know.
Ew.
Who knows?
Ugh.
Who knows?
Ugh.
And, you know, I mentioned that, but I still haven't seen that shit.
I still refuse. I refuse
I
to watch that.
refuse. I do too.
I
I do
refuse to
too.
watch that.
Tico
I
refuses to
refuse.
watch it.
Yes, yes.
I do
There's
too.
there's
I
there's
ain't
there's
watching that
It
there's,
shit.
must be
there's
horrible.
some
I'm not
things
watching.
that you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
anywho,
if Tico won't watch that shit, yeah,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on, fam.
yeah.
Listen, let me
The
I
let me
watch
look.
amputee midgets. So yeah,
Let me look into the camera. If Tico
wait, hold.
won't,
Rob, go ahead.
huh?
Go, no,
If
go ahead.
Tico won't watch the shit,
It really
then
should be banned
please
from.
stay away.
Yeah, it should
Please,
be banned from the internet. It really
for
should be banned
real,
from the
Yeah,
for
internet.
real, for
Y'all
real.
go back and find the episode about the donkey in Mexico, and you'll understand what we're saying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of it's not a video episode. It's one of our audio episodes
Episodes,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
early on. It's probably like 3 years ago where he told the story about a donkey in Mexico. So if
yeah.
he won't watch whatever they talking about that I don't remember because I'm not supposed to, then it should be banned from the internet.
for real. Like
Promise you.
take that advice. If Tico refuses to watch it, please just skip over it because
Exactly.
it'll damage you for life if he
Yeah,
won't watch it.
yeah. No, I totally agree.
Let me
Totally
tell you
agree.
something, man. That dude, the canine, the black dude, the canine dude,
Mm-hmm.
that dude right
Mm-mm.
there, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He just about his eyes. Yeah, he looked like he probably, you know what I'm saying, put some peanut butter down there and let, you know what I'm saying, the dog lick her out. You know what I mean?
I
This type, he looked like that
don't
type of
want
dude.
to.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
want
He
to
looked
do
like
this.
that type of dude.
Don't get us kicked off of Facebook like IR nigga.
No, I'm just saying that's what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? And he's a Spanish dude, right? Like slap her with tortillas or something. I don't know, man. Let's go, man. I don't know. This is bugging out with me.
Uh, uh,
Guest time. It's guest time.
look, but before we get to our guest, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the
Yeah,
end of
John.
the
That's
headline
what I saw
grab.
in
But
Tijuana.
before we get to our guest, look, let's do a real quick S2T spotlight to backyard barbecue in Durham, North Carolina. I know Key,
Mm-hmm.
you brought them up, so can you please expound on the reason why
I
we are
can't use them at
spotlighting
home.
backyard barbecue.
Backyard barbecue has befallen on hard times due to the pandemic and reduction. Like I think it's in. I'm not familiar with Durham. Robert, have you been there or past there? Do you know where it's located?
Unfortunately, I've never been there, but it's
Okay.
right up the street from where I live, so
Yeah,
it's
and
really
there's a
close
lot of
by.
offices around there, right? So I
Yep.
think people would frequent them
Hmm.
on lunch break, but now since the pandemic and since the pandemic, people are working from home, so their business has plummeted. So there's a drive to patronize their business. They have a GoFundMe out there. I think they're at 35,000 or 50,000. They need repairs to their building, but everyone that I talked to, even the pickiest people, said the food is good at minimally, slapping at best. So you guys go. I'll pop. I'm looking for the address now, but I'll pop.
I got the address in the scroller. Okay.
Oh, you put it in there already?
Yep.
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 Yep. So
5222 North Carolina Road 55, Durham, North Carolina
yeah.
27713.
So they have turkey
Support them.
barbecue, pork barbecue, ribs, different fried sundries, cabbage, which is what I'm gonna go for. I saw some black eyed peas on a picture, but I wonder if that was just for New Year's. I want those too. I want all the beans, the lima beans, the pinto beans. I love beans. And so you guys go if you can to this restaurant and buy some food. They have all kind of lemonades and Kool-Aid looking things too. So I think I'm gonna go Friday, Robert, or if you're free for lunch or whatever, we can go on Friday. I should be free on Friday.
Damn, I
Or
Right.
forgot the
anytime
lima beans, man.
anytime
Lima
next
beans
week.
sound delicious.
Um
Yeah.
anytime next week and then thereafter. I don't know if I was trying to find out today if they were hooked up with DoorDash and the like services, delivery services. I know businesses lose a little bit of money on
Yeah.
on those type of services. But hey, you know, um, it's a way to get your food out there. And then somebody who may have gotten you from DoorDash, next time they're driving by, they'll stop by. Um, so yeah, we love a good black business. They're small, they've been around for a little bit. So, and the product is good. And from what I
Yeah,
understand, the service is good.
I've never
So
heard anything bad about them.
yeah, so you
Never.
guys go out to the backyard barbecue pit and get you some lunch. They are not open on weekends, Monday through Friday. So
There it
go.
is.
Yep. So look, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, go out, support backyard barbecue. Okay. I mean, tell them straight to tape sent you. Okay. Is it gonna get you a discount? Yeah, probably not, but don't need a discount right now. Support. Okay.
Show them.
There it
Yeah,
is.
you know what I
There it
mean.
is.
You know what I mean.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? It's
What's that?
it's guest time. Okay. It's guest time. Uh, look, we have a multimedia collective in the house with us this evening. Okay, they create content that highlights the intersection between hip hop, jazz, and martial arts culture. They're actually, for those that are in the Triangle area, they will be in town on February 25th
Oh, I gotta get my ticket.
In Cary,
Oh, I get the
doing their Can I
ticket.
Kick It series, where they will be soundtracking Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
Nice, nice,
Yes,
nice, nice,
yes,
nice.
That's
yes,
what's up.
yes, 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 yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome live in the S2T virtual studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaolin Jazz is in the house with straight to tape.
You.
So, hey, what's going on, y'all?
Y'all look
What's
good.
happening?
Hello,
Yo,
what's
What's happening?
up?
we really, really appreciate you gentlemen joining us this evening. And please introduce yourselves to our esteemed audience.
Sure. I'll go first. My name is Gerald Watson, one of the co-founders of Shaolin Jazz.
And yeah, DJ Two Tone Jones, the other co-founder of Shaolin Jazz. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So, do me a favor. Tell us where the concept of Shaolin Jazz started. Okay, what made you, what made the two of you get together, and what made the two of you, start, these interactive and multimedia events.
All right, G,
Uh,
I'll take it. uh,
Well,
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll do the first half. You get the second. So Gerald and I actually first met back in like 2003, 2004. I had been in DC just for a couple years, or just moved to DC for a few years, and had just gotten into DJing. And a good friend of mine, who was at the time living in New York, working for this really cool one of my favorite magazines back in the day called Frank 151.
Mm.
I was visiting him in New York, and he was like, "Yo, there's this cat I've been talking with over the phone down in DC, does some of the kind of promotion stuff for us, distribution." And he was like, "I think you should meet." And so when I got back to DC, Gerald and I just kind of met briefly. I remember just giving him like a mixtape I just worked on, and he was doing an event at this lounge, and just so happened to need a DJ. So DJ the event, and just kind of from there we just hit it off. We're both just fans of the same kind of music and kind of visual aesthetics and things like that. So we kind of just from there just started working together, doing events, doing more so like art and music based events. We would do these monthly pop-up art exhibitions. This spot in DC called the Common Share. Rest in peace to the Common Share, is no longer around, but we used to do a monthly art exhibition and have different visual artists, showcasing anything from photography to acrylics to watercolor based stuff to graphic design, whatever. And we did that for, I want to say, about a good 4 or 5 years straight. It was a very long running kind of art series, but we just kind of vibed off of just doing kind of cool creative events, stuff like that together. And um, fast forward to 2000, technically 2010, Gerald started doing this series he created called the Classic Series. And Gerald, I'll let you finish the story from there. That's the first half.
Yeah. There's definitely some layers to that. So
Yeah.
to our story. So right. So I started this album cover art exhibition called the Classics, featuring the album cover art of from various different genres of music that I'm into. So from rap music to funk, soul, reggae, jazz, and so just having worked with Two Tone in the past, when I come up with concepts, I'll run it by him and say, "Hey, what do you think? And are you interested in getting involved?" And so I reached out to him on a variety of fronts. One, can I use a variety of your, prized album covers to exhibit in this space? And then two, would you be willing to DJ? And then three, would you be down to create a mixtape for the exhibition? And it turned into two-tone DJing for pretty much all the exhibitions and created mixtapes for them. Along with the mixtapes, I was also interviewing people, graphic designers who were creating some of these album covers. Because I'm very much into visual art and design. I do a lot of graphic design and things of that nature. And so that was important to me to have these different elements like the mixtape and the interviews to help educate people about these various genres beyond just the album cover art on the wall. And so with jazz, I wanted to do something pretty special with it because I grew up with jazz in my household, pretty much all the time, every day on the radio. I mean, on the radio, at home, just wherever. And so my parents are big time jazz heads. And so I want to do something.
My dad is a smooth jazz head, and I hate it. But continue.
Oh wow! Well,
Hey,
I mean,
my dad was too, but I grew to love it, enjoy some of it. I say that.
He has my boys listening to it.
What
I
oh,
have
okay.
20 and 19 years old,
he
but I
keeps
don't
he
like.
keeps
I'm
it on
not
the
a
water
kitty.
keeps it on the
Yeah,
watercolor station, right?
Water, exactly.
Watercolors.
Watercolors.
Yes.
Watercolors.
Hmm.
So I wanted to do something different with jazz, and that went into the form of interviewing a graphic designer by the name of Logan Mills Walters, who had created a series of album cover art called Wu Note, where he took different Wu Tang album covers, but fused them with the visual aesthetic from the legendary Blue Note record label. And so I thought, man, this is fresh. And so I interviewed him. And in my interview of him, I found that he did this Beatles Wu-Tang mixtape cover.
Mm.
And that's when I had this light bulb moment of, wow, like, what about Wu-Tang mixed with jazz? And so in my questioning, my questions to him, I asked, have you ever created an album cover for a jazz Wu-Tang project? And his response was no, but I would if one ever existed. And so that's all I needed from there. Went back to Two Tone. I said, hey, look, would you be, what do you think about this idea of creating, instead of just the jazz mixtape, this mixtape with, Wu-Tang fused with jazz? His reply back to me was, sounds dope. Not sure how I'm gonna flip it, but I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna do my best. And so after I got that confirmation from him, I went back to Logan. I said, hey man, I got this project we're gonna do. I got this project. And he said, just give me some ideas about what you want it to look like as far as the album cover goes. He did, I did that. Came up with the name shortly thereafter. Just trying to think about something that, didn't say Wu-Tang Jazz because, for a variety of reasons, I'm sure we can all assume why. Then, Shaolin stuck out to me, like people will know, like people that are heads will know, and, and it sounds cool. It sounds different. And so After that, it was on. I mean, Two Tone and I have been kicking it, with this thing ever since. Doing various, other projects, as we like to call them, music suites, and I'm sure he'll tell you more about those. And but along with that, a variety of events in DC and New York, and uh, man, a variety of other places. So that's like the story, really.
The best thing about like martial arts is that it's all in the area, right? So I get what you say, the Shaolin, where it could be a part of the Shaolin, you know what I'm saying, that whole Wu era, you know what I'm saying, but just a piece,
Right.
crane style, snake. Oh shit, am I doing my shit? I'm so sorry. I'm into it. I'm into it. So you
Doesn't
know what
matter
I'm
this time.
saying.
I don't
So
even know if I can do it.
I could see that. I could see that. Very different Western
I
styles and
can't
different things.
think as far as the combination of the multimedia, music, art, and whatever the other object is. I can't think of any other concept come to life like that. Y'all, and I'm sure you didn't model yourselves around anyone. It's like kind of like when you buy a car and you don't notice how many of your cars are on the road until you're in that car driving your new car, and you're like, oh golly, I just do y'all know of anyone else that's doing the same similar thing?
No, not really. I mean, to be honest, when Jared even first again kind of came up with the idea of the mixtape, just to begin with, um, part of the reason why we decided to go with or even just try it was just because hadn't heard of any examples of it before. So we wanted to. We're all always about just trying to do something a little different. And then just even as things kind of morphed into Shaolin Jazz pretty much organically morphed into a brand. It started with the mixtape, and like Gerald said, it just kind of took on a life of its own. So everything that we engagement wise, everything that we kind of created, it really wasn't so much based on anything else that we had really seen or experienced. So even with like our
Mm-hmm.
starting off with like our multimedia with our lecture series, which was initially was we at first year we dropped the mixtape. I still don't know how this happened, but we were invited to speak to a class at Temple University about
Wow.
our mixtape project.
Well, hip hop is slowly leaking its way,
Oh yeah,
thanks to
yeah,
people like Desana New and Ninth Wonder and others. I'm sure hitting loose gates
oh yeah,
into
yeah,
academia.
Yep.
yeah. And that's, I mean,
Yeah.
it's coincidentally is something we even talk about, mentioned in the presentation, just the fact, how or just give you overview. The lecture is more so just kind of an examination of jazz culture and hip hop culture, and the parallels of what has been created out of those cultures, and even just how they have been received.
Hmm.
Comparing criticism in the media to looking at dance styles, looking at album cover artwork, to what was also what role the music played in society when
Hmm.
it was when it first came out. And so in comparing those two things, we also just kind of like I said, we even touch on the fact that like jazz used to be like the bastard music, the bastard child
Hmm.
music of America,
Right.
and today it's America's classical music.
Yeah.
Right.
Hip
Yep.
hop has followed is on that same path. It was just like jazz has been called the devil's music at some point, or
Hmm. Hmm.
crime and everything is all in it, but the same was said about jazz music. But just how we 25 years ago, we probably would never have thought that hip hop is in every space almost in terms of American media and media around the world.
Right.
There's
In the White
influence
House.
in
Hey,
hip hop.
Yeah, the
hey,
White
when
House.
I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah, right in the White
them
House.
using
Detroit.
old dirty bastard, got your money to sell fucking dryers and washers,
Mhm.
Right.
we
Right.
made it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mama,
I
I
mean,
made it.
even here in DC, we have the Kennedy Center, and the Kennedy Center for the past few years has officially had a department or programming for hip hop. So it
Right.
is
And
officially a part of
Q-Tip's
program.
the director of that, right? Or is he still?
Simone,
Echo City.
yeah, Simone. She's been running that, doing a great job too, just of bringing a variety of different acts nationally, internationally, and even locally. Uh,
Hmm.
but all that to say, again, everything that we've kind of have done, for the most part, we try to find something unique or a unique kind of angle and approach it that way. So even looking at like our most kind of tying things into what we're about to do in February and Carrie, our most popular engagement to date is Can I Kick It? And that concept too is based off something we hadn't seen before.
Oh,
It really started as a conversation about like, hey, we've been to a number of different like bars, lounges, clubs, or whatever, and they may be playing a movie on the screen or something like that, and it's just used as like just something to add to the ambiance. It's just something visual, and we just kind of had a conversation to just kind of pose a question to each other, like, well, what if the DJ was actually playing to the movie though, instead of it just
Hmm.
playing in the background? And that's just kind of where Can I Kick It even started from. Is like, yeah, I've never seen that, and
Right.
same with Gerald. We've the closest thing to that for us is like, we've heard of, and they still do it now, where maybe like the National Symphony Orchestra or
Plays
orchestra,
a movie. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
plays, backs up Star Wars or Indiana Jones or something like that. Um, but this idea of playing a movie in real time, the audience still hears all the dialogue, so
Hmm.
you're not playing over that, and it's not like a party thing. It's more of, this is a movie, like you come to
We're
see.
refined. It's adult contemporary.
I
We're
wouldn't even say, I
refined.
mean, I wouldn't even say it's that refined. It is to a degree, but it is, in terms of
Yeah,
experience wise,
right.
it's more like you coming to see a movie.
Well,
But
if it's not
Let me
refined,
tell
then
you.
I'm
Let me
gonna
tell you, man.
dance.
Let me
So you
tell.
have
Can
to
I? Can
tell
I?
me
Can
if
I?
it's
so
refined.
Can I? Can
I'll
I?
say it like this, it's no less or more refined than being in the 90s and going to see something like Minister Society, and cats are screaming at the screen, or somebody gets shot in the parking lot afterward. Like, there's still interactiveness with
Right.
the audience,
No, no, no,
which
no.
is a
We're
Let
gonna
whole
me.
do
No.
this
No.
right
No.
in
No.
front
Let me.
of the
Let me tell you. Let me
live.
tell you.
whole
Can I
different
tell you a
approach.
story? Can I
I mean,
tell
we'll
you a
discuss
story?
stuff like that, but we have
Can I tell
people
you a story? Can I tell
laughing
you a
and all that,
story?
when
Can I tell you a story? Can I tell you a
Mhm.
story?
Oh
okay.
Lord, brace
This
yourself.
happened. This happened to be like in the let's say the mid to late 1980s. Uh, these fine gentlemen that I have with me, Rob and
90s. It was the 90s. It was the
was it
mid
the
90s.
90s?
It was the mid
I'm sorry,
90s.
I
Yes.
smoked a
Go
lot of
ahead.
weed back in those
Yeah.
days. So I had happened to go to New York City, and I happened to had a bootleg copy of Friday. You know, so the movie was dope. I mean, it came out, but it was the test version of the movie. So you saw the
Oh,
running dialogue down at the bottom.
The medium
oh,
being
dope.
VHS. Just want to
Exactly.
make that clear.
And it was on VH tape. So
Before
needless to
DVDs.
say, we had the vocals, but we had no music whatsoever.
Oh man, I would actually like to get that copy
So
if I could.
I
He
still
still
got it.
had.
I
He
still got
still
it. I
has
still
He
it.
got it.
still
I
Trust
has
still
me.
it.
got
He
it.
still
I
has
still
Oh,
it.
got it.
Hmm.
okay, we got to
So
talk.
Need that.
so so I believe Perry or Ryan, or Rob, one of them had the soundtrack to Friday because
Because we had a copy of the soundtrack of Fridays
right,
before it hit the stores. Okay, go
right,
ahead.
exactly. So we decided to make our own soundtrack
While watching the movie.
while watching the movie. Needless to
Nice.
say, we were all fucked up and wrong about the music selection that was played, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. On a high note, it was really good. It was really
Bet,
good. It
I
was really
bet.
good.
High
See
is the
what he
Oh
did
yeah.
operative
there?
word here.
Right,
I see
right,
what you did
right.
there, Tico. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah,
And,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
be honest, part of also what inspired the concept too for Can I Kick It, in that same vein is
Marijuana.
nah,
Well, I
that,
mean,
that always
it
makes
was.
I mean,
everything
Hey,
that's
we
where the
makes
we won't
everything
conversation was going.
judge. We won't
enjoyable.
judge.
Yeah.
No judge
Uh,
zone. Trust me.
No
No judge
but
judgment
zone.
here.
This is
yeah,
a
but
safe
not
space.
but in general, like the idea of you know uh a lot of us of this generation growing up watching kung fu theater, and being exposed to
Mhm.
that, and you have a lot of cats that while watching that in the background there might be some hip hop playing in the room or whatever, y'all
Hmm.
weren't doing anything. So
Right.
there were these spaces where the two coexisted even before what
Mhm.
we were doing. It's just that
Right.
we're just taking a step forward in where we're officially kind of bringing the two together in a way that we try our best to make it come off seamless. Like I said, it's still a movie viewing experience, but the music is like I said, it's a mix of hip hop. We got funk, rock, soul, some other stuff here and there, drops,
Mhm.
things like that. But everything is performed live, but it's all kind of in sync with the movie. So
I
um,
love it. I
yeah,
love it. I'll
it's
definitely
it's
be
like a
there, man.
reimagining of like any, and we focus more on martial arts movies, but we also teeter a little bit with different like cult classic action films as well. So
Well,
going
get with
back
me,
to
brother. Get with
going
me.
back to
What
like movies that we
was
grew up on and just reimagining them, is that's basically what we like to do.
when you did the first Can I Kick It event? Okay, what was the first movie choice?
It was
Wow.
our
Did
So
you wait? Hold on, pause. Did you just do the
yeah.
like? Uh-huh. Go ahead, continue. Sorry,
So
I
Lord.
that
got
was
sidetracked.
it's funny because
it was
the
two.
technically the first one. So there's like two versions of the first one. So
Mhm.
the very first one we did, like a super like big time test run, was at some spot, U
Cause
Street area.
cause
Cause yeah, man, it's such a dope spot. But
yeah.
we did technically it was Spook Who Sat by the Door.
No. It was three the
No,
hard way. Three the hard
through
way.
the highway. Oh, right,
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. We did do
that's
Spooky
a
Step
So
by the Door eventually, but yeah.
right, yeah. Eventually we got there. So that was like the first one, and we were like, "This is cool." Like we saw where it could go, and people, they were like, "This is different." Like didn't really know, and we kind of promoted it. It was still like just experimental. And then unfortunately that spot closed. So we had to we then moved to another spot in the U Street area, coincidentally enough, called Marvin. And so there, that's when we got into our bag. Two Tone got into his bag a bit, where we was there was a lot of Shaw Brothers titles. So you
mm,
36
know
Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
36 Chambers,
Mm-hmm.
Shaolin, Five Deadly Venoms, um, Clan of the White Lotus, like a lot of
mm.
those like
Channel
joints that
Super
you would see
Ninjas.
on,
Oh,
yeah,
Super Ninja.
Kung Fu theater, Kung Fu cinema, depending upon what part of the country you're in. It was called either or, and so that's when like it really started to take shape and form, and word starting to get out. And so from there we had transitioned into another situation with a spot called Songbird, which is a spot that we rock with to this day, and really got into and settled into our skin as far as
Right.
what Can I Kick It has become, I'll say.
Right.
And
But
so yeah.
like if you go back into the old classics of martial arts, it's pretty much what I'm saying. The choreograph was like it hits so hard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the tap tap tap. So I
Yeah.
feel you. So I'm like I'm seeing it and I'm feeling you on that. Like
Right.
I don't know how what I'm saying, because when you said that, like I'm already in my mind thinking of like what I'm saying, super ninjas, and so I'm just like watching cats like jumping out of the water, and what I'm saying, some scratching and cutting. I see that, like I see that. That's crazy, man. That y'all would use those things. Do you find that it's easier to use those martial arts movies than you could like a newer version, like let's say like a Jackie Chan,
And we've
Super
done those.
Cop, Super
We've done
Cop, or something like that?
so we actually so when we started well first to answer your question, I'll say it honestly it's a case by case basis. Like some of the older kind of kung fu theater style films, some of them are not too not too hard to deal with, and then there are others where it's just like poor quality of the film and the editing and the music and
Yeah.
the sound, so that
Mhm.
it just really is a case by case basis. But we as Gerald mentioned, like when we found our kind of a home base, Well, initially at Marvin, and then we moved to Songbird, and we just kind of kept doing this monthly. That's where we kind of really not only just kind of hone the skill a lot better, in terms of what we do, but we also, took a step back and we thought about the fact that when we say martial arts, you know, Shaw Brothers films alone, that's just a small niche of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And really, most of the action films that you see today that are big budget action films incorporate martial arts. They just don't call it that. But when you
Yeah.
think about, Born Identity to The Matrix to
Yeah.
even the James Bond films, the latest ones, like it's not American style boxing. It's like Krav Maga. It's some other stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
different forms of martial arts. So we use those films too. So we went from doing, again, just kind of starting off doing the kung fu theater style stuff, and then even early on we also started incorporating films like Blade and
Mhm.
anime films like Afro Samurai, and
Right.
then but then beyond that, yeah, we started, we were like, well, hey, there's so much out there that has martial arts, or is even just like a cult classic action film. So to this day, we've done, we've actually we've filmed over 120 different movie titles to date. So
That's what's up.
that includes old school stuff to even like we've done a whole Marvel series outdoors. One summer where we did like Black Panther and Avengers
Mhm.
and Spider-Man
Right.
into the Spider-Verse. We've
Y'all
done.
need your own streaming channel.
Right.
It's funny you say that. We're actually working
When
on
you say that,
it. We're
working
actually
on
working
that
on
right
it.
now.
Gotta figure out, funny with the rights in terms of movie and
Right,
music.
right. We
Exactly.
see you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
We see
mm-hmm.
you.
But we're
So,
we're
Exactly.
we're,
but
we're
that's a
actually
question. That's a question I wanted to ask you. Like, is this a tiptoe? Like, we're doing it as a homage to these previous made films. How does that work? As far as the, I guess, ability to do the things that you're doing to these
Oh, I
movies.
mean, it's, when we do these, we're doing them, live, one off. We're not really recording and then like putting them online or anything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
when we do anything from like, outdoor screenings to even some indoor screenings, we whoever brings us out, or sometimes it's us, we take care of like the film licensing rights, which, to show a film, let's say even for free, might cost anywhere from $250 to $450. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
astronomical.
Yeah. 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 Oh, that's
So we're
crazy.
not, we're not infringing upon anything, but it's just, the idea of like putting it up online for people to see
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's where, we kind of get into a area that we can't really infringe on
Right.
easily. So
Yeah.
we're working on that, and
Working
actually
on that.
this year we are
Working
planning
on that.
on
Yeah,
dropping
yeah.
something. But
Stay tuned.
yeah. But
So,
Oh yeah.
all in all,
so
this is just a really, again, a really cool reimagined way of watching films.
I
And
know.
folks that
I
are
know that y'all. I'm sorry to
caught.
cut you off.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
go.
that y'all. I know that y'all got this thing going on, and I know things seem to be moving like for you forward. But I'm sure that there's some, you know what I'm saying, some cats that's like, yeah, let me how's the resistance? Is the, you know what I'm saying, is that much resistance in that? You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because once you have an idea and something that's fresh and somebody
right.
hasn't even thought of it, they automatically want to say, yo, how can I get it? How can I grab this and make it mine? You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
People still
Mm-hmm.
do
So
that.
is there like
Yeah.
what y'all have how's has it been like?
That really hasn't happened, to be honest. I mean, there are put it to you like this: there are individuals who have done stuff similarly,
Mhm.
to the even to the tune of people who we work with who have, let's just say, done damn near the same thing, but their pivot is something else, and they'll hit us about it and be like, yeah, we're gonna do something like, and so it's it is what it is. To
Y'all
be
got the
quite,
secret sauce stuff.
and then well, look, I mean, then there's the other people who in our community who have been like, yo, like, I have an idea about doing something like this or like that, and maybe it's not movies, maybe it's something else. And
Mhm.
so they have, some of those individuals have reached out to us and said, hey, let's talk about collaborating in a sense, or
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
doing something,
yeah, yeah.
so So, which is cool on that end where somebody like, hey, let's talk about, this is what I'm doing. It's kind of new, and I have this idea, and let's talk about working with each other. And so that's pretty much how it's gone. I mean, it hasn't been at least revealed to us, let's say, somebody who has jumped out there and tried to do the same thing. But like that imitation, what they say, that's the greatest form of flattery. So look, as this thing goes on, as we go on, we'll deal with that as it comes. But it is it has been something that let's just say in various formats has happened. And it's all good because the people who have done something similarly, again, they have reached out and said, hey, this is what we got going on, and there's no ill will or anything like that. And so it is cool. And then we get people all the time, if they see something that they think might be similar, or the
Mhm.
name, or you know I mean, what was the joint that came out on Netflix?
Oh,
The
the
Get
beat
Down.
down, the
I
beat
mean,
down.
Christ, my fucking email just went crazy. My bad. I mean, it's like these people had like, yo, man, they got this dude, and have y'all seen it? Da da da, and we're just like, yep, So but that was cool. Like for people to associate a show like that and see us in it, or reminds them, I'll say, let me rephrase, reminds them of what we do. I mean, that's cool. Like that's what's up. I mean, that means that we're doing what, the right things. And a lot of what we do for our enjoyment. Fortunately, people have picked up on it because you often you don't know. It's not like we jumped out there and said, "Yo, we're going to get this many people or that many people." Even with Shaolin Jazz to start with, I mean, this was something we cooked up as a hobby, right? And it
Hmm.
just turned into something, that started to grow and grow. And, before you know it, we're here 10, going on 11 years, having traveled through this globally, and doing things globally. And, individuals such as yourself reached out and said, hey, let's have a conversation. We dig what y'all are doing, and so that's cool. So that's how it all kind of has happened. So, I know I'm taking a
Yeah,
minute to answer your question in
yeah,
full,
No,
but
it's
it.
all good.
I mean, that's just really how it's happened. And so we're just looking at growing it organically and doing the right things and taking care of
Exactly.
business the right way. So, as you mentioned, look, hey, have you all thought about starting your own channel? Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
coming.
it's amazing. Like it's amazing that because we old heads, right? We do things old fashioned way. Y'all grinding it, grassrooting it. You know what I mean? It came from a grassroot, from an honest place. You know what I'm saying? Same as cats used to sell fucking CDs out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Just to make the money. It's grassroots, and I think that's amazing, and I think that shows young cats that you don't have to follow everybody else's way of doing things. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you guys have an
And
absolutely unique idea, and it's super dope.
right, you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all could have easily, like, you know what I'm saying, burnt them shits on DVD or some shit and just pushed them out. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you got motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, coming to the movie theaters, enjoying a movie at the
An
same time,
experience.
listening a whole experience. Especially
Yeah.
like our age now. Like we at the age now where, you know what I'm saying, nobody want to go out and hang out with these young motherfuckers like that. But we want an experience. You know what I'm saying? But we still be boys and be girls, you know what I'm saying, at the
Yeah,
heart. In the heart. No matter what you do in life, you know what I'm saying? If you're born in that time, you be born it out, you be girling it out. So,
right.
I love that, man.
And just to piggyback on what Tico's saying, okay? I mean, yeah, we're at that age where it is the mood, the experience, and the atmosphere.
Hmm.
Okay, and it definitely sounds like what you guys are bringing with the Can I Kick It series uh, provides all three, plus a
Mhm.
couple that I didn't even mention. All right,
I'm
Mm.
about to buy my
I,
tickets.
Yeah,
oh,
you got
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I ain't even gonna ask what you guys have prepared for the Last Dragon because the Last Dragon is such a classic,
Hmm.
such
Show
a
enough.
yeah, such a classic,
And
especially
shout
as it
out to the
relates to
homie
Black
Chris.
theater. Oh
Oh
yes,
yeah.
definitely. Shouts
Yeah.
out to
Big ups to
Christopher
That's
Chris.
Everett.
Bella,
Bella.
Yes,
Bella Street all day,
yes.
all day.
Yep,
Hmm.
all day. That's the
Hey,
homie.
All day.
Damu, man. DJ Damu, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
Damu.
yeah,
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, Damu.
hmm
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna have a
That's the
good time.
homie.
He'll do.
We're gonna have
He'll
a good
do.
time.
That's the
It's gonna be a
homie.
good time for sure.
He'll
I will,
do.
I will, I will say this one little bit about the film. So again, February 25th, Cary Art Center. We're gonna be doing The Last Dragon, which is
Ooh, Carrie's gonna be so black on that day. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, blackness, yeah.
Blackness, blackness.
But yeah, this film too, it's this film is an interesting one for us because it's definitely like one of our top 5 requested films. I'll say that probably
Yeah.
safe to say that top 5
Yeah.
requested. And
After you finish, I'm gonna have to ask what that top 5 is. So, but go ahead.
we get some ideas. Yeah, we get some. It's not a concrete top 5, but it's but yeah, I mean this one is actually for me personally has been one of the more uh I would say to a degree somewhat challenging.
Mhm.
Only because of all the movies that we've shown, this one, because it's such a cult classic and because it has that heavy music element with
Right,
it too. This is not like us doing Five Deadly Venoms or 30
right.
Chambers. Like there's no club scene or whatnot. Band ain't gonna pop out of the tea
Oh,
house
so
or
that
whatnot and
that
start
makes me
dancing.
think people have asked you to do like Beat Street and
Yeah, and
like
we
yeah,
we
those
we focus. Yeah, we
B-boy
focus
movies.
more on it needs to be action because we don't want to just
Hmm. Action,
just score a
action.
film with just dialogue and drama. Like
Hmm.
we
Yeah,
want
yeah.
action.
Right. The
Now
best
keep in
movie.
mind, yeah, and keep in mind though, even when we say action films, majority of the action films out there, only really about 30% is action, and then
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, right.
still,
Rest of the
so we still deal with that, which is cool. Actually, does in some cases with some of our movies, like some of the highlights are the dialogue scenes just based on
right.
what we play, and that's the other cool thing about Can I Kick It is even though you're looking forward to all this action, what a lot of times ends up standing out are the dialogue scenes
Hmm.
Hmm.
because again the music selection we pull in a variety of different things and a lot of this stuff too ends up being like comedy stuff like that. But the Last Dragon again is definitely a challenge, has been a challenge just because going back and watching the movie after all this time, there's still songs or moments in there that you kind of remember as a kid. But
Yeah, it's crazy because that would be like a Saturday run on TV
yeah. But
as a
here's
kid, right?
here's
Yeah.
here's the challenge though. So by concept, again, we create the soundtrack. We
Hmm.
still leave in some music here and there, but for the most part, like what we do with Can I Kick It is we're bringing a live soundtrack with the movie, so reimagine
Hmm.
music. But it's a little more difficult when you have a movie where some of the music is classic with the
Yeah.
movie itself.
Hmm.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
Right.
Like I want
And
to see
then
y'all do Belly.
Oh
that
snap!
we've talked about Belly too. Don't get
Yeah.
that might
Yeah.
come sooner than later.
Yeah.
But
New
but
Jack
it's a
City.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing where like we have to make the judgment call too.
Mhm.
On certain things like there are. I'm gonna go ahead and be a heads up. Honestly, there might be one or two scenes in Last Dragon where I play something different than what the movie has
Mm.
for a music scene because, in all honesty, not all the music in there was
Mm.
phenomenal. Let's just say
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
you're right
right. Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
classic moments,
Yep.
but when I went back and watched Last Dragon in the Seventh Heaven scene,
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say Vanity Seventh. I was a man. We are there. We
it
are
was
there.
not it
That
was
right
not
there.
a great
That
song.
was that right there was that threw
I'm
me.
gonna
I
have
was
to.
like,
It was
I'm
not
gonna
a
have
great
to
song.
duct tape him to his
When you go
chair.
back now, you're
I'm gonna
like
have to duct tape Tico to
Prince
his
did
chair.
not do that one. He
no,
obviously
he did not. No, he did
Mm.
not do that one. No, no.
but at
But
the same
but
time,
that was post that was post Vanity Six Vanity. So the
I know.
music that you were getting was,
Yeah, yeah. But
you
now
know,
here's the thing.
yeah.
And the fucking temptations inside you. Come on, man. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So when we were younger watching that,
Come
I
on, man.
wasn't, we weren't that
Come on,
critical of
man.
the music. All I remember
Oh,
was like, yeah, Vanity's in here and they're dancing and this and
Right,
that.
right,
So, we this movie more than others, like we have adjusted the soundtrack a few times based off of previous screenings and kind of responses. Cause you have some people kind of like, oh, this is great. And then other people are like, yeah, but what about that one song? I was kind of looking forward to hearing that. And it's kind of like that
right,
that song, that one,
That's not that one.
right.
that so it is of the films that we've done, it's been kind of the one with the most kind of, let's say, and I want to say a lot of
Regardless,
it hasn't been a lot of criticism, but I'll just say there's been some feedback. Like,
right,
hey,
right.
I'm
I know
very
this is
interested to
corny,
see.
but
Yeah,
so
very
the the
interested.
the good thing about timing wise of this one we're doing in February is that we actually did a screening of The Last Dragon in Baltimore in, I won't say it's December or November. So we just did one, and
Right. Yeah.
again, we just kind of updated the soundtrack. So now, I can
did you
confidently say,
update based on feedback you got from that screening?
not from that screening, from past
Hmm.
ones. So we
Fast
Okay.
food.
we did
Yeah.
we did it one time in New York, outdoors, in Manhattan. And it was funny. It was there was a it was so New York. It was a brother from New York. He was like, "Yo, man, so you think this was better than the original or something?" I was like, he was like, "What about
Yo,
folks ain't
son.
seen this
Yo,
before?"
son.
And he's I
Right.
get it. He's like, "What about folks who ain't seen it before?" I was like, "Hey, they have the luxury of going to see it in its original form anytime they want." But
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Evidently, he must have liked that Stevie
Right.
Wonder cut. What was that Stevie Wonder cut? Upset stomach or some shit? What was that shit
it
called?
wasn't
Upset.
it wasn't that. It was more so, I kind of
Up and
I
stomach.
intentionally I
Yeah,
intentionally
that was on the
played over
soundtrack. Yeah,
I
upset
intentionally
stomach. That
played
was
over
Stevie Wonder.
a few scenes with different songs. So again,
But
judgment
that's
calls stuff.
that's the whole point
Yeah,
of coming to and experiencing the experiences, you know, and that's why we call it as such. If you read the information about it, and then Tom will even say in the beginning, look, you know this, if you're familiar with this particular film, you know we touched it up a bit in terms of the soundtrack, and if you're unfamiliar, this is going to be obviously a new experience for you. And so, yeah, I mean, we there are those individuals who have expressed, but that's everybody
Yeah,
has,
yeah,
Hmm.
they want to
Everybody's
share
got
their
it.
opinion.
and don't
They're free
don't
to.
get it twisted.
Yeah.
It's not like it was brought. The times we've gotten that feedback has been like several people or whatever. It's just one or two folks here and
Right.
there, and it's
yeah.
Yeah,
not so much that they
the
didn't enjoy it.
notable ones.
It just
The
was kind of like,
squeaky, the squeaky wheel.
yeah, yeah, which is
Yeah.
cool. Which is cool. I mean, it's again, I enjoy hearing that just as much as I enjoy hearing good feedback. Like, I appreciate
Mm.
anytime somebody says that. But all in all, Last Dragon has been a film where, again,
Yeah.
when we've done it, people just, again, really really love and enjoy it. Just for the how classic it is in its own kind of form or state, but
Right,
just what
right.
we
Right.
do to it too definitely just adds this whole extra, like, we're really taking you back, not even just to the 80s, but like, we know, for those of y'all that grew up on this
Right,
film, we all went through the 90s together.
right. Yeah, we all
Hmm.
yeah,
Like,
Most
there's
Hmm.
gonna
definitely.
be
Ooh, I'm
there's gonna be
excited.
stuff in there we kind of like, oh, okay, he brought this
yeah.
in when he did this or she did this.
Hmm.
Right. Well,
I know.
I'll even say this for the people who are out there. Um, you know, go to our shameless plug or whatever. Just, go to our website, check out our music, where you will hear those classic Wu Tang joints and others that have jazz over them. And so it'll be a totally different experience. You'll experience the music in a different way because of the music.
Hmm.
So same thing as the movies. It's the same thing as Can I Kick It, where it's going to be different because of again that music. So you'll begin to see and experience scenes and different kinds of things in different ways. And so
Yeah.
that's what I would say is take a listen to the stuff
But
we're doing.
allow yourself to do that, because a lot of people just want to hear him sing, like when they go to a show, they just want to hear a song like a song on the record that they listen to over and over. Like,
Right.
allow yourself to open up to different experiences as we, because you can only, I mean, you can watch a movie a million times, but
Right.
there is something to be said about experiencing it in a different way.
Yeah,
In a different way.
and what we I will say, even not only just from different ones we've done in general, but even from the last time again we did the Last Dragon. I don't want to missing all this other stuff about that film being critical and this and that, and make it seem like we've had a handful of people kind of walking out there kind of like questioning it, but for the most part,
What is this? What is
it's
it?
yeah, no,
What is
no,
it
we
doing?
don't have that. We don't have that. Yeah, yeah. And I don't want to
Yeah.
make it seem like that. Like honestly, again, when we did the last screening, we did the Last Dragon, like it was off the chain. Like I mean,
Well, it's
people
fine, because we have a whole lot of people that hate us.
they like
We have a whole
everybody.
lot of people that hate us, and we just don't pay
Oh no, no,
attention.
no, no. But in general, just so you know, like the overwhelming response to like this film and then other films that we do is people leave out and they say like I can't watch the original
Yeah,
again.
right.
Like, I don't want to
Imagine,
watch like
I'll
what
be
you all just did. I don't
yes,
want. I want to see
yes,
this every
yes.
time.
Every time. Yep.
No,
That's
let me
it.
tell
Yeah.
you something, man. Let me tell you, like,
So that's what you're going to get. Like when you come, if you come to this on the 25th, we will ruin the original
We'll
for
be
you.
there.
and that's
We'll be
what I
there.
that's
want.
what you
That's
want
what
to hear.
That's what I
that's what I
want.
want to
Yeah.
hear,
Yeah.
and that's what I want because the reason why I know these songs because I bought the soundtrack because of the movie. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like I literally, it's 10 songs of just I don't know this. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
don't
mean,
know this.
so
Stevie
It's
Wonder.
that
it's two
whole
hits, Rhythm of the
That
Night.
song.
rhythm
Rhythm
of
of
the
the
night.
night,
That that
That
exactly.
was
that was the only
that was
only
music
hit.
video.
Hmm.
Was the
Exactly.
Exactly.
music video for Rhythm of the Night was the Last Dragon.
Exactly. That was the only hit that I said. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rockwell. And I don't want to even go there.
No,
So
but
all I
we
know,
get. I mean, you'll still get a sense of
uh,
some of that
right.
stuff in there. The
I,
way
I,
we get freak it,
I,
you're still gonna
right.
hear. You're still gonna hear stuff that you remember in the movie. We're just gonna reimagine in different ways. So
Yeah,
there are
man. That's
definitely
that's what that's
again
what I want to do.
when I said we
I'm
revamped it the last time we did it. Like again, for those that are just huge fans of all those those songs in the movie and everything like that, you're still going to get a taste of it, but it's still going to be reimagined.
Hmm.
And just again, I would be
yeah.
surprised if a lot of people come out there and being like, I
Nah.
rather
Yeah.
watch the Risen.
I would expect.
I don't think I'll bet nobody will come out saying that. Like it's going to
Listen,
be
you don't have to sell it to our
Yeah.
audience
I
because we're
yeah.
there.
it's
I
going
would
to
expect nothing less than reimagining. You know what
yeah.
I'm
And
saying?
then
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
we had the brother
Oh,
Chris on here right now. He could tell you about what we did down in Wilmington with Ender the Dragon just a few months ago. So you
only
already
cats
know.
that got some. Only cats that got some ill to say. The same motherfuckers that do the 1980 body rolls. That's the only motherfuckers right now that has some
What's
shit.
wrong with
Back in
the
the day,
what's wrong with the 1980 body rolls?
man.
I just
You
hit
know how
one of
that
those
shit go. The
Sunday.
What's
whole,
wrong
no,
with
you know
that?
how
That
that shit go.
No,
You know
movie
how that
got
shit
that
go.
too. They got
That's how that. That's how that rolls, y'all.
all that in there too.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, the date is February 25th.
Looking forward to that.
Yep, Cary
Yeah.
Arts. Yeah, say Cary Arts Council. Can I kick it? The Last Dragon, featuring soundtrack by our guest this evening, Shaolin
Yes, yes,
Jazz.
yes.
Oh,
Gentlemen,
y'all got a little DJ pre-show going on at
Yep,
6. I see. I'm about to
Yeah,
buy my
shouts
ticket.
out
Okay.
DJ
right,
Don
right.
Moose gonna be rocking
yep,
out.
Of
yep,
course,
yep,
Hmm.
yep. I
Hmm.
move.
friend of the show,
Friend of the show.
major family of the show, DJ
Major
Mo.
family.
Yeah, major family.
Yeah.
Get
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Oh,
Get with me on that Friday soundtrack joint. I mean that Friday. I'll dig it up somewhere. I still got
Oh,
tapes. I got mass amounts of VH tapes down here, son.
yeah, and we need to get that from you. And then also,
yeah.
before I definitely don't want to forget this.
uh-huh.
Before the screening, after DJ Damu sets us up, our brother Chris is going to be showing a pre-recorded Q&A with Mr. Bruce Leroy himself, Ty Mac, right
Ooh.
before the film, and it
Yes,
is
Nice.
a Q&A
yes,
curated
yes.
Also
especially
for the
for
show.
this event. So
He ain't gonna glow, is he? He ain't gonna
Man.
glow, is he? He gonna glow for? He gonna
Hey,
glow
you
for?
know,
We'll find
Chris,
out.
You know
Chris know
what?
them. Chris know them. You know, camera effects. He can throw a little glow on them, a little halo around top of this hotel room. We got a little
Aura.
Jesus
An
glow.
aura.
Boy, the
Category
look on
15.
the look on Show Enough face. Oh my
Mhm.
God, that's classic. All right, I'm ready for this right here, yo. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Mhm.
I'm ready. I'm
Oh
ready.
man.
Ladies and
Oh.
gentlemen, Shaolin Jazz brothers, thank you for flowing through and joining us here on Straight to Tape. You're
Yes, indeed.
welcome back. You're welcome back anytime.
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 Oh
Appreciate
man.
Anytime.
Hey,
Anytime.
thanks so much, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Got to shout out Chris again, Chris Speller, man. That guy's that's the connect.
it. That's our plug.
Yes,
That's that
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
Carolina
that's the
sir.
plug.
plug.
As
Right,
Benny
that's
the
the
Butcher say,
plug.
got plugs.
You
Yeah, yeah.
know, man, there we go.
Yeah.
So now look forward to getting down there again and hanging out with y'all and you know providing this Can I Kick It experience. So
Yeah,
All
Most,
right.
Definitely
most
We'll
some
see
fun,
y'all
definitely.
man.
on
We'll see
25th. We'll
y'all.
be
Yep,
there.
we'll be in the building.
yeah,
I
yeah.
might.
And then shouts
I
out to all
see.
my fellow Carolinians. I don't know if y'all peeped in that pitch in the background. That's a Queen Charlotte hat right there, born and raised. So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
shouts
yeah.
out
I
to my
saw that.
fellow
Saw
North
that.
Carolinians right there. We're gonna have
All
some
right.
folks in the building. So
here we go.
and yo, shouts out to my
Oh,
man Kev Domingo Fresh, who's been on here too
Oh,
in the
yep,
chats.
yep,
You
Oh,
know,
he's
yep, yep.
he's been live. He's been straight up live in
yeah,
the
yeah,
comment
yeah.
section for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And check out his beats and beat downs. Again, as Jiro's talking about, we got cats that can reach out to us that have similar concepts, things in the universe of what we do, and that at least reach out to us and let us know. And yeah, he does some dope stuff too. Please check out the homie.
Uh,
Will do,
no
will
yeah,
doubt,
do.
no
Yeah,
doubt,
yeah.
no doubt.
Mhm.
Gentlemen, thank you. Look, we will see you on February 25th. We'll be in the building, okay?
We'll be there.
appreciate
Most
All
you.
right.
definitely. Most
Cool.
definitely.
Thanks so much,
Take care,
y'all.
gentlemen. Take
Thank you
care.
so
Later.
Bye.
much.
Good night.
Hmm.
Now that right there was fucking refreshing.
That
That
was
was dope.
great.
That was
I
dope.
Yeah,
love
That
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 for
was
was
our
dope.
dope.
first show
That was dope.
back.
That was dope.
That was refreshing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm really looking forward
Me too.
to this
Tickets
event
are only
ahead.
$10, you guys. So please make it work. Do what it do. We posted the links a couple of times in the chat.
This one of her cats, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
The bad one, the smallest one. But yeah, tickets are
Yeah.
$10. Damu, DJ Damu, again, friend of the show, is going on at 6. So it'll be a little party before, and you settle down into the movie experience. Chris Everett, who's also a friend of the show,
Major
they're air
shouts.
yeah,
Major shouts out to
major shout
Chris.
outs.
Yeah.
Is they're airing an interview with Timac. So go and get your ticket. We'll see y'all there on February 25th.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Man, yo, this was a great way to start 2023.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? And
Nice.
yo, trust me, we got some more. We got some more interesting guests that are gonna flow through. The Straight to Tape studios, right?
Yep.
Remember, you can catch Straight to Tapes Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, on Facebook Live, and on Twitch. Don't forget to check out the audio version of Straight to Tape on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. Make sure you following us on our social media platforms and S2T Media. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. If you're not, what the hell is wrong with you, as Rob would say.
That's what he was saying.
That's pretty much what he would say. I
I'd
mean,
say that.
yeah, you would say that.
say
You might
that.
be, you might be a little bit more colorful. Just because you might feel like being a little bit more colorful, but that's what you might say. So
That's some real light skin shit to say, Perry. Um,
Yeah, colorful. Right, right.
Yeah.
oh no,
I'll take it.
hey, Key.
Yes.
I heard that the light skin Jesus was
The
was
king
in
was
North
here.
Carolina.
The
I
light
heard the light
skinned
skin
king.
I
King
heard
was here.
about that. I
The
heard
light
that
skin
he.
King was
I
So
here.
heard
ninth,
he showed up at the Ninth Wonder
Ninth
party.
Wonder
Yeah.
had his birthday party at the new 5 Star in Durham, and Christopher Williams was there. Perry.
Yeah, I heard. I heard. I heard.
Also, Spice Adams hosted it. It's crazy because like the party was on Friday, so like Saturday, my kid comes over and I'm doing his hair. And he was like, I was just talking about the weekend and things I did and things I didn't do. I was like, yeah, Spice Adams hosted Ninth Wonder's birthday party because my kid actually dressed up for as Ninth Wonder for when he was like in the fifth grade for like famous North Carolinians Day or whatever. So
What child dresses up as ninth?
my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was like, Mom, because he goes to state, and he was like, Mom, I swear I thought I saw Spice Adams walking out of some store on Hillsborough Street on Friday. But I was like, nah. And come to find out it was really Spice Adams walking out of Target on Hillsborough Street. So Spice Adams, Anthony Hamilton had
Mhm.
a show at the DPAC, and so he swung by and sang a song. Guru was there. I was not there, y'all. Though I was not there. This
Don't
is
no,
y'all
don't
secondhand.
forget, don't
I sent
forget,
my
don't
proxy.
yeah, don't forget. Kadeem Hardison was at the show.
Kadeem
He
Hardison
was
was
there as
there.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, Kadeem Hardison was there. So everybody that I talked to that went to that party said they had a good ass time. I wish I was there, but
Oh no, no
yeah,
reason not to be here.
yeah. But yeah, shouts out to Ninth Wonder. Happy birthday. It's a bunch of people's birthday.
Yeah.
Capricorn season is finishing up, and let's roll in the Aquarii.
Yes.
Aquarius,
Yes. Yes.
Aquarius,
Yes.
Aquarius.
Aquarius,
Aquarius.
is
See,
Aquarius, is.
Aquarius season is about to be upon us.
It is the
January 31st. So
age of
and don't worry, we're gonna be live on the air for that. So,
Yeah, we will.
make
Oh,
sure
but shouts out to Omatade. His birthday was on Friday the 13th.
shout out to O. Shout out to O.
Pretty much scary,
Yeah.
Yeah,
scary,
yeah,
scary
pretty much.
kids.
Yo, big man, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Do me a favor, bro. Show a little bit of love in
For the Jordan.
2000. Shut up, Tico. Show a little bit of love in 2023 to the comment section. First one of 2023.
First one of 2023, man. Just thanking y'all for continuously supporting, man. Just early in the comments, my homie Champ checking in, Jay Burke on the check in, Candy rolling through, had Domingo Fresh live in the comments. I do believe his first comment was someone eating ass, so he was live. He was real live. So
Oh
thank you for
God,
coming through,
why do
bro.
we have to do? Why do we have to do that?
Let me stop lying on the brother. That was actually his second comment. He just greeted us with what's popping. But anyway, Hadia Williams, thank you. Latarsha S, also the homie, longtime friend for years and years, the artist Andre Leon Gray popping
Dre.
through, the homie Jazzy B, Danny showing up in the comments. Also in the reacts, we had the homie, longtime friend of the show, Christopher Everett, and Nadia Ellen always showing support, man. As always, thank you. Thank everybody for rocking with your favorite podcast. We appreciate you.
No doubt, no doubt,
Peace,
no
y'all.
doubt.
Peace, y'all.
Man, look, like I said, great show. Enjoy being back here with my family, with my people. And looking forward to what we got coming up. Not just for next week, but for for this whole upcoming year. All right. So just like Tigo's up there taking shots at I don't know what. Oh yeah,
Julian,
Dylon.
Dylan, Dylan,
Dylon.
Dylan,
Yeah.
Dylan.
Look,
That dialogue.
look. I'm just gonna pour another swig of my of this Woodenville, and I'm just gonna toast to my family. All right.
Oh wait, where's my glass?
Yeah. Toast to my family.
Pick that hen rock up.
Go, come on, bro. Pick that
Don't be
heady hand
swagging.
up,
Don't
bro.
be
Put
swagging.
that hand up, okay?
Woodford
So,
Reserve.
Look,
Really
all that is karma. All that is karma for the deuce deuce. You ain't want to hear the deuce deuce. Now they got you down on the yeah
Hen
yeah,
Rock.
Hen Rock.
Hen
on
Rock.
the hen
Right.
rock.
So,
The
look,
white Hen Rock.
yeah, wow.
Straight to tape. That's how we roll.
2023, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We will be back next week.
Salute.
Yep, same S2T time, same fuck it. Y'all know the rest. We out.